Yeah. Y'all know it is the highest host, Adam Ill. Thank y'all for tuning in right here to the OG PotCast. I'm trying to do this every week. I appreciate you, Andrew, for coming through, making it happen out here at Hayes Radio. I got an amazing, funny, original guest. She's a comedian, a writer. You've probably seen your favorite Instagram page repost one of her memes. Rachel Wolfson, also known as Wolfie. Wolfie memes is out here in the building.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. I got a special co-host with us, too, because I know we're going to be covering a lot of social media shit and marketing, because I know you have a background in marketing, Wolfie. Is that true?
Yeah.
What? You went to school for it? Oh, we about to get into this. Damn, you paid for it? What
no.
About
you,
Layme?
now.
What about you, Layme? Did you go to school for marketing?
I got a GED.
Layme Schmerin in the Bill Top Tree. We had him on last week with our boy Preebs of Bevel. Thanks for coming back. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you.
Rachel,
thanks for
am I calling you
us.
Rachel or Wolfie?
Whatever you want. I mean, like in the weed space, I'm more Wolfie. Well, it's a crossover. Like some people call me Wolfie, some people call me Rachel. It's like it's a vibe. It's whatever.
All right,
you
I'll
feel.
see what I feel comfortable throughout the show.
Yeah.
But before the show, I was rolling up and you asked me, you're like, are you gonna share that? And I was like, nah, it's fucking personal. What?
I know
and
you
she's
do
like,
the personal blunts.
Yeah, and then I was like, I'll get you one though, and then you had one, and then Layme was sitting next to us, and he had one, and you're like, are you going to share that, Layme? And Lane's like, no, what? It's personal. Layme met me. You know that, right? Like, me and Layme hang out now, so.
I learned.
I heard Rihanna does that too.
Yeah, why would you pass? Do you share your beers when you go to the bar?
No, I totally get that, but I just I feel like part of stoner culture has always been to pass the joint, pass the blunt. Like
that was when we threw $5 in on it.
I get that.
And it was a gram for $20.
Totally.
Before
but it's about the
coronavirus.
ritual for me. So it's I pass still. I'll be in a circle with people, and someone who doesn't smoke weed will be in the circle, and just have it. I'll always just pass it to them, as
You know what my ritual is?
Masturbating.
What?
I don't know.
I don't think it's a ritual. I think that's just something. Yeah,
that's self-care.
I think it's just something males and females do, and non-gender specific.
Like
whatever
breathing.
Do.
Totally.
But my ritual is I'll have mine and smoke it. So when I'm ready to hit it, I can hit it, and I'll have a pile of weed that anyone can smoke if they're ready to smoke.
You're right.
So if you want to roll your own blunt, you can.
Ooh, this tastes so bomb.
What? Shout out to Loaded in the building.
Wow.
Making sure we stay
That's a different high.
Yeah, we out here. So, Rachel,
Hello.
you are
Hi.
you are a comedian. You've performed in many
stages.
stages across the country.
Yes.
You were on a lot of. I did some research, me and my team, and first of all, your parents are. How do they feel about your cannabis consumption? Because they do legal work, right? Your mother's a judge and your father's an attorney.
My mom was a judge.
What?
Yeah, she still works does legal work. My dad's the district attorney of Vegas, and
You're from Vegas originally.
born and raised in
What?
too. Yeah. And they for the longest time they considered it how do you call it, self-medicating?
Cannabis.
Yeah.
So they were cool with it.
No, they were they looked at it as it was I was a drug user.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But this was before it was rec and it was legal.
Before the knowledge was out there for everyone to look
Well,
up.
just kind of before the laws changed.
And
Because
they're
they
probably
come from a legal perspective. And then I
Okay.
think through education and through the laws changing and just
normalizing it.
yeah, and being a part of that, really kind of changed their perspective on things.
But I did some research. Is this true? Your mother's not just a judge in Vegas. She actually had the case with O.J. Simpson.
Well, that case specifically happened in Las Vegas, the memorabilia case.
Yeah.
She was his judge for that case.
Yeah, where he robbed the peak
His own
collectors.
memorabilia.
Yeah.
Do you
To
have
jack-
music playing during your podcast?
Yeah, I got a little.
For someone who has ADD and is a stoner, I'm am I dreaming or
No,
what?
It's good. I know. I saw that. You were. It says you were from a generation where they were just prescribing
Medication
you
generation.
things. Damn, are you a
Yeah.
rapper?
I feel as a comedian though, it does make I feel sometimes I write lyrics to some of the that's why roast battle exists. I feel sometimes like Wild and Out and those type of style of shows because jokes do kind of hit a certain beat the way I feel rap lyrics kind of hit that beat
The delivery.
too. Yeah, so it's I don't know. I grew up in Vegas listening to rap and hip hop as a kid because I don't know. That was part of the
So
culture.
as a kid, you thought you were going to be a rapper?
I knew I was going to be a rapper, but like in the form of comedy.
Okay.
That's deep.
A different writing.
Yeah, a style of writing. It's performance art, it's spoken word, and like, yeah, the way I feel like listening to rap and in being able to enjoy that has helped me with my writing.
What?
So thank you to the culture.
Thank you, culture. So you're in Vegas. Here you
Yeah.
are, a Jewish girl living in Vegas. Your parents are judges. Are you going? How was you a student? Were you a good student? Were you in a private school? I'm sure.
I did go to a religious school growing up.
What?
I
Are you
went-
still religious?
No. I mean, herb is the word. But yeah, no, I went to a religious school, and I was like an okay student. I had a hard time paying attention, like I had ADHD. And like we were talking about, I'm part of that generation that as soon as, like, for girls, I feel like it's kind of unexpected for us to sit still and be talkative and disruptive. It's almost like expected for guys to play that role. Like if you're a girl, it's like, oh, she's a troubled kid. So like I got kind of roped into like, taking Adderall and Ritalin and like from a very young age.
What's young?
5.
What? Why would you give any 5-year-old that type of medication?
But we were like, that's like what we were I still can't believe that we had cigarette ads in newspapers and like with all the information we have now. It's just a knowledge thing.
Yeah.
So, and now they're giving kids like as young as that age, CBD and like
natural.
tinctures and like
Yes.
the approach is so much different, and like how cool and lucky these kids have access to that, and like we're a part of this movement to like for this upcoming youth and generation to get it right and like kind of like rethink the way we do things. So yeah, I'm very like I come from a privileged background. My parents worked very hard to get to where they are to provide like a nice life for us. But that comes at a price in certain ways or whatever. But like I'm grateful, and you turn your trauma or your pain into art.
And that's probably how you probably got a lot of your jokes, a lot of material growing up.
Yeah.
'Cause you said you were in school for a little bit and then you went to a new school?
Yeah, when I was 17, I got sent to a lockdown in Utah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, so half the kids there, like some of them were court ordered, some of their parents just like didn't know what to do with them. And my parents like felt that that was best for me at the time. This is before I smoked weed. Like I was on a lot of different medication. It really fucked with me. So yeah, I had like, I came from, I guess a family that felt that they were doing what was best, what people might consider on the outside a loving family, but like on the inside, there's a lot of shit going down that I think a lot of people can relate to from, our youth and going through that experience of like being misunderstood, you know? So everyone has a story and a background, and like that's just kind of like cannabis has led me to like a different life and a different way of approaching things. So
Different perspective. I was talking a little bit about that before the show with Chucky over here about there's 2 things that are guaranteed in life. You're born and then you die, and then that road in the middle.
And taxes.
death and taxes, yeah.
And then everything in the middle is what you make of it. It's just, just like driving from point A to point B. There's going to be detours, there's speed bumps, there's wrong turns, there's other stupid drivers in the way.
And it's just dealing with the cards that you're dealt. Everyone's dealt a different hand.
When did you start smoking weed? Because if you started medicating that young, when was cannabis introduced to you?
Well, the first time I smoked weed, I was in high school through an apple, and I didn't get high. But the first time I got high, I was 19. I was in college in Vermont, and like an ex-boyfriend of mine took me for a blunt ride. And
your first hit was out of a blunt?
Yeah. Like the
Next-
first time I
after
got
the apple,
high.
yeah.
After the apple.
Yeah, the blunt would get you there.
The first time I got high was with a blunt, and I was like, oh, wow, this is amazing. Like, I saw life in a different way, through a different lens, really.
And from there, were you like, this is it?
Well, it was more like, it was like, okay, like, it was everything. It was like the highs and the lows. Like, it was like, this is amazing, yet there was the shame that came with, loving something that my parents told me if I tried, I would die. Like, they really did the scare tactics on me. And
Reefer Madness. They were
Reefer
part of that
Madness, and this is part of,
propaganda.
and this is like exactly like right before like the internet came around, so I didn't really have access to the information, and like I only knew from like the people I was surrounded by, and like a lot of them were idiots. So like, but like I was around a lot of cool people who smoked weed, and like it seemed like everyone I knew smoked weed.
Yeah.
So and everyone always wanted to get me high. But I was like, I'm high on life, and then like I grew up,
And then you realize
reality set in, and I was like, I'm gonna need some weed to get through this ride of life.
So when did you transition from Vegas to California?
Well, I kind of like went around the country. I went to school on the East Coast. I went to college.
You're like, the weather sucks here.
Well, like after high school, when I got sent to lockdown in Utah, I went to college on the other side of the country in Vermont, literally the opposite of where I came from, and like the experience I just had for 13 months in a lockdown facility in Provo, Utah, where and then I went to the other side of the country in Vermont, where like I'm around hippies who smoke weed all day and like grow their own weed, and like it's a different culture. And that's where I tried weed first.
And that's where you're like, yes, this is it, but this weather sucks.
But honestly, in the summer and the spring, it's so beautiful, even in the fall too. So it's like it was a really nice place to get high outside and get to know the plant in such a beautiful place.
Yeah, because it's a lot different now, the cannabis
Well, the culture is so
industry.
different. I feel like I got the tail end of what it kind of was, a baby taste of like what the stories I hear. I was at the very, very tail end of that. Like I started working I worked in a dispensary before it became rec here. Like I was working
Prop 215.
Yeah. So and I got to go to the dispensaries where they had the dab bars in the back, and like the
you
and
could
like
smoke weed in the shops.
yeah, and like the different cannabis events, and like and the thing, like it was just such a different
yeah.
And like there was a culture, there was an industry, there was an underground
It's
like
still kind of there, but now
it
it's
does
just real
exist,
trappy.
but there's like money. Yeah, it's either there's money behind it or it's very trappy.
Yeah. Unless you're like in the super like glass game or like super high end rosin hash game, and it's like a different culture. But that general stoner community has changed a lot.
True.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it is we're just getting more people a part of it, new people.
Everyone
it's like
coming out,
it's
yeah.
like people. It's like when you get older
culture
in high
vultures.
school, or you get there's a new generation that comes in, and you're like, what the fuck do they know? They're fresh meat. They just got here. Like they don't know anything. We've been here for years, or
We
you guys
have to build our palate. We have to discover what we like. It wasn't about branding and packaging, even though I love that shit, but it's just like the quality that was in the weed.
And then it was like also with comedy, it's different too, because like I started creating content when I got on Instagram. Like there was like the memes that you had made or seen, but it was like, as very redundant, very like, kind of low res, just like basic memes. And like I really got in at a time in creating content when like it was still kind of taboo to create weed content. Like people didn't post pictures of themselves smoking weed.
People get
you
scared
could still
of
get
getting deleted.
fired. Not even that. You get fired. Your family would family would like disown you. Like
Yeah, I
people
dealt
would
with all
talk
that.
like that.
All that shit.
I would talk like that. But no.
You're a loser. You get high.
Yeah, like exactly.
You
Like
fucking
there are
hippie.
people that still openly said like you're a loser. I'm like, that's not even a thing. Like look at Michael like I'm like, look at the list of successful people
Everyone
who are out
was
here.
successful.
Look at the $1 billion industry that exists.
Read the quotes.
It's just like look at the money. Look at so anyways, it just kind of like I got to be a part of this. I feel lucky that I got to see what it was.
Yeah.
And I'm not just someone who just is new now, and I'm a pretty girl on the internet smoking weed and like because here's the thing, like people ask me for advice, and I'm just like, I don't want to get, like unless you ask me, I don't want to like give it, but it's like, just find a way to give back to the plant. That's like all I would ask of you. Like find a way to like make it about the plant and not about the money, and like educating people.
Be original.
Exactly, and be original, and like
And have a passion for what you're doing.
Don't take from it, like don't like, you know what I mean? Like don't just or whatever. But there are gonna just be people like that, and there's a place for them too. It's like I can't deny their existence.
They're in everywhere. They're gonna be out here, but the cream rises.
The culture vultures. No, I don't know. We're all culture vultures of something, I think.
I mean, yeah, growing up, but now being older, you understand what you like and you know what you do like and you don't like. I'm sure there's food that you absolutely don't like living life. There's people that you meet and you're like, yeah, I'm just not fucking with their vibes. When you're younger, you trust everybody. Everyone's cool, everyone's fun. But then
you don't have a choice. You have to go to school with these people every day. It's like working in an office.
It's forced.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the first time I think we actually officially met was I was on your podcast.
Yep.
Not the one you're doing now, because you got a whole podcast you're doing now.
Different one.
Chronic Relief is what you're doing now, right?
Yes.
But you had one. It was on. What was it?
The Bud, formerly BuzzFeed podcast.
Yeah, BuzzFeed. You and Olivia, and I
Olivia
pulled out.
Alexander.
Yeah, shout out to her.
Kush
She was
Queen.
an OG as well.
Yes.
I had her on my panel. I hopes when we were talking about social media marketing and just.
Yeah, she's brilliant.
Yeah, I heard her. Man, we're killing it.
Yeah, they really. They're just icons to me as far as on the marketing side of the industry, and really, like I was like at the baby of the tail end. They're like the middle, like juniors, and then like the people above them are like the seniors, the people. Like I look at Dr. Dina as like the like an OG, like I look at her as just like if there was like a Mount Cushmore, like her face would be one of the faces.
Who's your Mount Cushmore? That's four people, right?
Yeah, I guess her, Snoop Dogg, Tommy Chong, and I don't know.
Obama?
No, someone like I don't know, Jack
Bob Marley
or something. Yeah, Bob Marley.
Jack Hare's a good one.
Yeah,
I like Jack Hare.
Yeah,
he should be up there.
Yeah.
Jack Hare.
What?
Like
Well,
I would definitely have
depends,
Dr. Dina on there. Like as a woman, she needs to be like as a person, but like definitely to represent.
I'm sure the road has been hard too, being a female, because I know cannabis was a huge male-dominated space, and you were out here just on the internet doing your comedy side of things.
Well, but that was also like on a side note, what I was kind of plays back to like what I was saying before. It's like now that it's legal, like everyone talks about weed, so it doesn't feel as special. Like it kind of feels not hack. Like if you're gonna like everyone's kind of made the basic meme weed jokes. I feel like those are so redundant now on the internet. It's like give us your Dan Lamort. He's a really funny comedian. Like you guys should follow him, and he talks about weed a lot and tweets about it. But his are like unique stories and experiences and like jokes that are like that like. Like that actually happened to him. It's not just like a one-liner dumb like weed is dope, like or whatever. It's just like he's a cool a good follow. Yeah. So yeah.
It's way different now. It's a very saturated market. I remember when I first started the PotCast in 2009. It was just like me and there was just one other show in Colorado that were doing it, weed shows, and
yeah, you're an OG like in the as the
grandpa.
Original podcast. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like
Adam's a junior.
Now there's 1,000 podcasts.
Yeah, that and like exactly when I started when I teamed up with Olivia for BuzzFeed, there was no really like female,
shows or
co-hosted weed podcast, and we just started interviewing people we admired and respected and looked up to in the industry, and we had you on, and we had
I feel special now.
We had you and Jonathan on.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
Top Tree.
Yeah. So I've seen you. I think what it was is you made. I started making these memes, and I started working with Olivia. We created the podcast, and I also met Layme at Top Tree and started working with them years ago. So like. Yeah, through my memes account.
I actually stole a meme from
Wolfie.
Wolfie.
Same thing happened with Olivia, and like that's how we met.
She tracked me down, and I was like, "Who is this person?" I blocked her.
Yeah, and, same thing I think with Olivia too.
And
but that's how you meet people on the internet at first, initially, back in the day.
Always
on
credit
Instagram.
the content.
Yeah. And then I heard Tommy Chong reposted one of your memes.
Well, that's really initially how it got started. Was he started reposting, like whoever ran his account started reposting my content.
Were they tagging you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. At least they were giving you credit.
Yeah. But like, it's not direct. It's not like Tommy Chong is on his phone, like directly not tagging these people. Like he has people under him working for him. I don't even think he's aware of like,
right.
Or cares.
He got
and
a little
like,
marketing team that he hired.
Yeah. Like I don't think like I'm here defending you, Tommy. Like, no, your honor.
He's like 70. So
but like, he's like, it's not him.
He's
He only does a TikTok.
Does he have a TikTok?
No, I'm just kidding.
He probably does though. Yeah. He shouldn't.
Yeah.
So when did you actually start doing comedy? Because according to these researchers, you started at like 8 years old. You started on stage in Las Vegas. Bob loves drama.
Well, I did after school drama as a kid. I did plays. I was in like a private
You're
drama
like, I'm doing
group.
entertainment. This is my
And
life.
then I did improv as a kid. But like stand up, I didn't get into like that form of comedy until 3 years ago. I started when I was 29. And
What?
yeah. Fell in love with it.
And you just started like, this is it?
Well, I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I worked like after I've worked since I was 15. Like I worked, in Vegas, restaurants. I worked in hospitality in college. Like I, served, bartended. I got corporate jobs all in my 20s. And then like I started work. I moved out here to LA. I went to school in Vermont. Then I transferred from Vermont to DC. I went to school there for a year. Smoked so much Jack Herrera.
In DC?
So much. That's like the only strain I, for some reason, got. And I got, it was honestly the best. I got so high. I had
a good Jack Hair's good. It's hard to find
hair, sorry. And then hair. And then
R.I.P.
I realized it was too fucking cold in DC as well after doing 2 years in Vermont and also a year in Utah. I was like, I'm gonna finish up school, my studies, what my parents wanted. Like a good Jewish girl down in Florida, Boca Raton specifically. And I smoked so much weed there as well, like literally.
You're like,
yeah, I got my higher
do
education.
you have a favorite? What's your favorite strain?
Anything gas. Like, I mean, like
Gas.
I love so many different strains. Like just anything that tastes good gets me really high. Usually indicas,
right.
OGs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rachel
Kush.
walks into a shop and there's weed on the shelf. What are you looking at first? Are you looking at the Jack? You're looking at the OG? You're looking at the
I'm looking
exotics?
at the OG and the
Skywalker?
exotics.
What?
Yeah, Skywalker for sure.
The LOG?
I want the Skywalker. There's this. I like the Mac one. Like it's a Mac one OG. Like I don't really like. I'm not into like the gelatos so much. Like I'm more of like the Kush and the Skywalker.
The heavy highs.
Yeah.
What's your favorite way to smoke?
I mean, I like the joints for the taste, but like I'm trying to get off the blunts. I've been trying.
That's a way. That's like a detour way of saying blunts are your favorite.
Blunts are my favorite, but like
Why don't you say that? You're just mad that people
because
are like,
I've just been
that's unhealthy.
well, no,
why are you mixing it?
I took some time off, and like in the past couple of days, I've been treating myself to blunts.
Yeah.
Again.
How do you handle trolls? Because I'm sure you get people in your comments talking shit all day.
Well, my first approach is try to be funny, because sometimes that just like wins them over. Because if you can be, because like I'm funny and like they're probably not professionally funny, so I probably have like a better comeback. Whatever.
The wit is
if
better.
I care to, but also sometimes just like for the most part ignore it. Like take the engagement.
Thank
but
you.
it's like
blow him a kiss with the little emoji.
or just like don't engage because like I got so many really good comments, but there's always going to be like one troll or a couple trolls.
Yeah. Because you do have a degree in marketing.
I do.
And you are certified. You are verified on Instagram. You got the blue check. You got the Rachel. You got the 2 pages, right? You got your meme page.
I have 2 pages, but one, I got verified on my comedy page. I know, I'm legit.
How did that? Were you like, what?
Well,
I'm
it was like
verified, bitches. My rate went up.
I did like, because like anyone can apply to be verified on Instagram, and like I did it a couple times because I was just like maybe because I have press out about me, like people written articles, and like I've asked people, I'm like, how do you get and like what are the qualifications? I'm like, I have all these things.
What are the qualifications?
I think you have to have like press. You have to be like like I don't know. It just like you have
Layne,
to.
do you know how to get verified?
There's a couple different ways, or you can like pay people. I don't know, but like I just like prefer to go through the legitimate.
We don't
route.
talk about the paying people. Thing. But yeah, seven articles of major press.
Major press, national press.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, but like
because I have 7 articles, but they're all weed magazines.
So what?
Google.
They have to be mainstream.
They're
have
not
to be
mainstream. They're like local.
Okay.
Articles.
You write for Playboy, right?
What?
And different big publications.
Haven't you written for Playboy?
No, Wolfie.
Oh yeah. No, I have legit. I've written for Playboy. I've written for High Times. I've been in Forbes. My podcast's been written up in Forbes.
What?
So like, yeah, I have like legitimate.
I'm legit, bitch.
Yeah, Mary Jane wrote my first like legit press article because they're verified, I think. And High Times, like I've worked with all these companies, and then I just like one day I was in New York and I woke up and I saw it said Instagram has verified your account, and it gave me, and I like was like, am I dreaming? Like, am I high? Is this real? And they gave it to me. They decided I was a legitimate person. I was like, I was like, okay, thanks for the blue check mark, but can we make it green for branding? They haven't gotten back to me.
You know, you can't put a check mark in your name on that part where it says type your name.
Yeah.
All the check mark emojis
They used
don't
to
work.
fake like blue checks doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how they did it?
Yeah,
There
yeah.
are people that had it, but now you can't use any of the
Hilarious.
checks.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't use a regular check. You can't use like the... That's just hilarious to me.
I'm so glad they
They
did
put it
that.
on the top now.
I worked really hard to get that fucking legitimacy. That
No,
validation.
you're good. You're good. So now you got this podcast, Chronic Relief.
You do.
What is that? You just get comedians on? You get everybody on? I saw my one of my really good friends, Laganja Estranja,
Yes.
on the show.
Love Laganja. No, I'd love to have you on. It's not just, I mainly get comedians, but it's like really people, entertainers, interesting people. And I have them come on and just like talk about weed and mental health and kind of like how that plays a role in our lives, because I really feel like that's kind of a taboo topic that doesn't really get talked about.
It is. It is like self-medicating. It's like when people take vitamins or they take like fish oil or they take all these. That's like what cannabis is. You're just taking.
Yeah.
And it helps you in ways you might not even know. I realize it helps me with patience because there's a lot of stupid people out here. And when I'm high, it's just like, all right, cool, whatever.
Well, mental health is also such a huge part of the cannabis community now that it's becoming, what it is, like where the culture is going, and it's coming from a place of self-care. I mean, they even label the weed now instead of strains. It's all labeled, how do you
Calm.
want to feel?
Relax.
Yeah, so
Creative.
exactly. It's less
Chill.
of like, about the culture and more tailored to the experience. And like there is a place for that on some level,
I always say that if there are brands that existed before Prop 64, before it went rec, if there was a brand that was around 2 years, 3 years or more before that, they have the good weed. Anyone else out here is not like really killing it.
I miss Hepburns. Did you ever know that brand?
What were those pre-rolls?
Yeah, they're so good.
Yeah, there's a lot. You know what I love? I love these loadeds.
Any investors should definitely look into them too.
Where's that box? You take the box. Oh, here's the box.
Can
You see
I have
these?
another one of those?
What?
I need another blunt, a loaded blunt. Where's our friend?
You need blunts? Here, I got you here. There's one right here.
Thank you.
But you still got one. It's still smoking.
I know, but I'm gonna move on to.
Are you just like a regular smoker? Is this like an all-day thing?
S Lane? We'll go and like smoke mad blunts in a row.
Yeah, I'll go pick up some weed and stop by Wolfie's on the way home and then have to go pick up weed again. So,
Facts.
So it's regular for you. Are you a get high anywhere type of person? Like wherever I'm at, I'll smoke weed.
For the most part.
Where's the craziest place you smoked that you can think of?
Cirque du Soleil Green Room.
What? In Vegas?
Yeah,
Damn, you got the plug.
I was opening for this amazing headliner, Felipe Esparza. I love him. Shout out to him. Check him out on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
Showtime.
He's that big Latino man.
Yeah, he's like a mentor of mine, and he loves weed. And he had a show there, and I got a chance to open for him. And we were in the Mystere Green Room, and the mask like from, what's that movie, Knocked Up? You know how they take mushrooms and they go and watch the Mystere and the baby, and it's like that costume is sitting there, and I'm like tripping my fucking I'm like, wow, this is wild.
Who lit up?
Me.
You broke the ice?
Oh no, yeah, we all lit up. We all had like different. We were all passing a bunch around.
Sometimes you go to a place and everyone's just waiting for that one person.
No.
to
We
start.
all had weed. Like we were all rolling up mad joints. Like it was
Felipe's
dope.
like, let's do this, fool. What?
Yeah.
Let's get high.
He's dope. I really respect him. He's a great comedian.
So where can people because I see you opened up for him across the country. You've done a lot of shows. Are you local to LA? Are you performing regularly?
I live in LA, and I perform all over. I'm going to Vegas this weekend.
For Super Bowl weekend?
Is the Super Bowl weekend?
Hey.
Oh shit! I gotta like fucking.
Big.
You better
big
prepare.
weekend.
Yeah. Holy fuck.
It must be
That just
crazy
hit me
growing
on
up.
there.
It must
That
be
should
crazy
be. That should be a gif.
growing
You
up in
realize.
Vegas, especially with the Strip right there, because everyone goes to Vegas for the Strip. And I know Vegas is very big. It's not.
Vegas is big. It's not just the Strip. It's now becoming a sports town. Like we got a hockey team. We're getting the Raiders.
A championship hockey team.
Yeah.
You got the Raiders coming there next year.
Yeah, we're like such a sports town now. It's really cool. I mean, we kind of always we had the Rebels, we had the college teams and stuff.
Rebel.
Yeah,
UNLV. But
like this is a different level.
This is
like the stadium,
professional.
you drive into Vegas and the stadium looks like a spaceship.
it's like right there too.
Yeah, it's so giant.
Right when it's crazy. You can see it flying in too. You just see it.
Yeah, you can probably see it from space.
Are you going to go to any of the games?
I hope so.
Are you going to get the box suites?
The
and
hot box
smoke
suites.
up?
Can you smoke up there?
Well, so it's legal. It's recreational in Vegas.
Honestly,
right?
it's
Well, they
crazy that they don't have a 420 friendly part. Like, honestly,
Well,
I would help the Raiders fans.
So
like, they want the Raiders fans to be high, not drunk.
They
Let's
wanna
be real.
chill. Do you think they will have a smoking section where you can consume cannabis in Las Vegas at the game since it's recreational? I know
hope
sometimes
so.
out here, like it's not really allowed, but it just kind of tolerated.
Like, everyone kind of just ignores it, you know?
Yeah. Certain
Like, I
venues,
feel like- yeah,
certain
like, I
venues
feel
are
like-
cool, but
Yeah, like, I feel like as long as you're not obvious, they're not going to fuck with you. But, like,
look, I've been to the
more in
Staples Center.
Vegas, though, they will fuck with you.
I've been to the Staples Center
Yeah.
a bunch of times, and they have the upstairs smoking section, the overlook
For cigarettes.
to smoke, and you could smoke up there, and they don't really fuck with you if you're smoking vape pens or joints or blunts.
Wow.
And I had red coats walk by me and nothing. It's like, have a
Yeah,
good
because
time.
they probably have a blunt waiting for them
And
in
just,
the car after.
Staples Center real quick. It's crazy what happened this past weekend with the helicopter in Calabasas. I drive by the exit. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be different every time.
So sad.
It's crazy. With Kobe and his daughter and everyone else on the helicopter, it was crazy what happened. And I think LA just took a big hit. I just want to say rest in peace to everybody. Thoughts and prayers.
For sure.
I'm sure Vanessa's going through some crazy shit right now and all the other families. So
Yeah.
it's crazy. LA like felt it. I went to the city on Sunday because I still do my events, and you could feel it in the air. It still is like
I had a dog.
it's like an earthquake.
I had a dog named Kobe growing up.
What?
Yeah, like I loved Kobe. That was hard for me. I played basketball. Basketball was a huge part of my life from 5th grade up until my first 2 years of college. Like a lot of people, I don't think that's like one thing people don't know about me. But yeah, like
You were athletic.
oh hell's yeah, I played like in high school.
You were on the team.
Yeah,
What position?
I was forward.
What?
Yeah.
Were you good? Did you?
Yeah, I
make it to
was good at
championship?
defense.
Did you get on the All-Star team?
There's no all-star team. I was JV.
You didn't get to varsity?
No, because I got sent to that school.
Oh yeah, and you started
But then
smoking weed.
in college, I played on the team there, but it wasn't like a NCAA team. It was just like a small school
So
that played
Let's have fun.
in New England. But yeah,
You still play? Do you still?
I haven't played in like a year. I played like a pickup game, but it's like I would get hurt. I would break bones. So, and I don't want to break bones. I'm a performer.
You're just
I don't
like a
want to be
rough player. Why would you break? You're aggressive. You're like you're competitive.
I'm good. I'm
gonna win.
defense. I mean,
You're like Dennis Rodman, like elbows and.
Oh, I'm
fists.
defense. I'm
Get off me,
yeah.
bitch.
I played. So yeah, I and like growing up in Vegas, that was the thing, you know, before we had all these pro sports teams, like I would just like identify with LA teams. And so like I was a big Lakers fan. My dad was from the Valley, grew up playing basketball for Grant High School.
Hey.
Yeah. And so, you know, he took me to a Lakers exhibition game where I got to see Kobe live because I loved Kobe. I have a Kobe jersey. Like, you know, it just, I really, like, everyone has their Kobe story. And it's like, that was like a celebrity death that like really hit.
It hit a lot of people.
You know?
It was super unexpected.
Yeah.
Just
So
tragic
like, that's
the way
why
it happened.
make every blunt count.
What? I'm still going to yell Kobe. I saw that
Always.
shit.
For sure.
You see the classrooms, the students that were doing it when they walked into the class? They all threw
Yes.
it.
That's cute.
They're
Yeah,
like-
I saw this video today that I just woke up crying. I was like, why'd you show this to me, man?
Yeah.
Someone tagged me in it. I'm like, come on, this is how you're starting. But it actually was a good day. So
It was hard to do Instagram for the like.
He's
oh man,
making
it's
us
still,
all better.
It's like I know, but it's like still like I wish I could mute it. I'm like mute the
Yeah.
pain.
It's crazy. He is bringing a lot. I mean, that did bring a lot of people closer. I had people call me that didn't really.
My mom
Talk to me for a
and my
little bit.
sister, like we had, and then we had a dog named Magic. So
Damn, Laker fans. What?
Yeah.
So, Chronic Relief.
yes,
So, you do it. Where do you do it out of? Is that at the comedy
it's
store?
out at the Comedy Store. Yeah, we just had I've had some good guests. I've had Doug Benson, Jeff Garland, Jim Belushi, Laganja.
Hey.
One day Adam Ill.
What? I don't know if I'm ready to be on that list.
Well, get on a list.
Is that since it's at the comedy store, do you get like comedians that are just random that come in and you're like, hey, I'm doing a show, you want to come on? And
No, I ask guests,
Okay.
but yeah, I find that it's just a good meeting place. People like to meet there. It's convenient for a lot of the comedians that I have on. So yeah.
that's exciting. And where can people find that? Is that
We're now on YouTube. We're on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, anywhere that you can pretty much stream it.
what?
Or not stream it, but like, yeah, YouTube.
Get it.
And Instagram, Facebook.
And everywhere.
Yeah.
So you're out here, born in Vegas. I'm learning a lot from you, Rachel Wolfie. Born in Vegas,
Yeah.
been across the country, found out comedy and cannabis is life.
It's life.
And how does it feel to just be able to make a living doing what you love? Because I know a lot of people would love to get a paycheck off their passion. And it looks like that's what you're doing. You're living that life.
I mean, I just feel like it's kind of like you only get one shot at this. So for me, I think like growing up, you're just kind of, you do what you're told. And at a certain
You got
point,
no choice. Did
Yeah.
you get bat mitzvah? Did you have a bat mitzvah?
I did.
Yeah. Did you want to have a bat mitzvah?
I didn't have a choice. That's the thing. It's like you just do what you're told. You don't know what you get. You don't even realize what you have until you get old. Like your 20s, it's like you're an idiot. And now in your 30s, you're like, shit, like, okay, this is what I've got. Like, this is what I'm gonna have. And like, how do I make either the best of it or how did I make the worst of it? I was an idiot, And like, you can't like blame anyone. You can't even blame your parents at a certain point. You just gotta like, work with what you have. And I think like for me, I realized at a certain point, like doing what, even the closest people expected of me, which my parents worked these like, very, certain type of jobs. And I didn't want to be in that field.
I get your whole family, like your sister too, right?
Yeah, sister. And
at least you got the support though, right? If anything happens, you're like, yo, y'all ready? I'm smoking legal cannabis. And they're fucking
if
with
by
me.
support you mean like they've straight up told me that if anything happens, like if I got arrested, that not to call them.
Damn.
They're like, so yeah, I wouldn't even like honestly. I'd probably call you, Adam.
Hey, you got
I
top
call
tree on-
Lane.
There you go.
I'm like,
We're
if
coming-
I
we're
get
coming to
one
Vegas,
phone call, I'm like,
bailing you
Google
out.
top tree.
Yeah.
Google top
Do they let
tree
you Google?
and at Adam Ill.
You get one DM.
Just like, I'll get one DM and one phone call if they're going to you
I
guys.
think they still give you like a dial.
I go to my Jewish weed family before I go to my actual
You are
family.
receiving a DM.
I think
Yeah.
you get, I think it's like a
From the
collect
local-
call from a payphone that you get a call from. I don't think you get the internet calls in jail.
Well, you're gonna someone's gonna be sending me sending smoke signals on my behalf.
Just blowing making it happen.
Follow the blunt smell.
So what's next for Wolfie? What we got planned for 2020? What's exciting?
I got a lot of things planned.
Cause I seen like you got these crazy photo shoots you're posting now. You're out here like model comedian.
Content, it's the year of the content. No, that term is it's a joke.
I
But
see you and you have your friend
Wineshank,
Wineshank.
Princess Wineshank.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Shank.
girl comedian.
Yeah, you
Sarah
guys are doing
Wineshank.
like little photo shoots, Cheech
Yeah,
and Chong ribs,
yeah.
and you guys are
Shank and Wolfie.
Big photo shoot.
big photo shoots.
Yeah. People still be talking about it. No, it's just about creating content and keeping it fresh and kind of
Emily shoot
having
that
new.
one?
Emily Eisen,
Yeah.
shout out to her. She's a great photographer. And shout out to Kush Queen, who sponsors our shoots. And like, it's just like, it's all about creating content that people enjoy and bring a new perspective, or at least bring a new, twist to and also give ode to where we've come from.
Yeah, shout out real quick. I don't think these guys got enough love, and I try to say it every show, to all the growers out there.
Real talk.
Because
Yeah.
without you guys, none of us would be smoking weed or getting high.
You know, a cool moment from last year was I got to host the Bud Tender Awards.
Hey,
And like
big
that's,
host.
and I really, really think it's a cool event, because these award shows, some of them pop up. It's like, we don't need another cannabis award show. We need a fund to get people of color out of prison. We need, funding for these small mom and pop brands to exist. Like, we need resources in other ways. Like, we don't need another event, but like, I really do love the Bud Tender Awards, because this event particularly like gives back to the people at the front lines of the new generation of the industry, but also those are the ones who are representing the growers who have given their lives and are selling the product, and like, we really do
We're out
need
here
to
when
pay
it was
attention
illegal.
to the growers and like the people, selling the product and on the front lines, and re-educating, the people who are purchasing. And yeah, it's really important.
The growers,
I'm glad you said that.
all of them. If you got one plant or 100 plants or 100 lights or 100,000 acres, appreciate all you guys and the whole team too. The trimmers, the packagers, the drivers, the bud tenders, everyone that makes it happen. Even I'll shout out the funders too, because they some
Shout
people
out
pay.
shout out to the guy who's getting the weed lube tested on him.
What
You're the real
R&D?
you're the real MVP.
The R&D. So what can one expect when they see a comedy set from Wolfie?
Well, I hope that you laugh. I'm probably gonna be high, assume that. And I don't know, it just depends. Different show, different day. You never know what you're gonna get.
The mood.
Yeah.
Do you smoke in every green room you're in?
Not every green room, but there's a lot of green rooms that have been smoked in. Yeah.
It's always good. You're just backstage. You're like, yeah, fuck it. I'm lighting up. Let me pull one out.
Well,
Pause.
I try. I always be respectful. Always keep courtesy. What are the house rules?
I think in green rooms there are no rules. You could just kind of, if you're the performing.
If I'm with the headliner and he's smoking or they're smoking, I'm definitely smoking. But like,
You're the one headlining now, though, right?
no,
Hey!
not headlining yet. I'm very much featuring still. But yeah, I'm very much still a baby comedian learning
Has there
from the
been
greats.
a stage you've been on performing, like when they have a couple comedians lined up and there was a comedian that was sharing the stage with you on one night and you're like, what? Like a holy fuck moment?
A holy fuck moment. I mean,
Like there used to be a comedy little hash lounge in the valley a long time ago, and we had a little stage, and we used to have comedians come in and perform.
yeah.
And some holy fuck moments were like an Anthony Jeselnik, and I was like, oh shit, this fool's right here. Leslie Jones was in there.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck.
I got to, Kevin Nealon has this show at the Laugh Factory, and I loved Weeds. Like, I was such a huge Weeds fan, and obviously SNL. And Kevin Nealon had
Grandma's
me
boy.
on his show. It was new material night, so I got to do a set, and he has an interview after where he did a one-on-one, which was like a really cool,
Kevin Nealon,
yeah.
he's the grandma's boy dude, right? The one that ran
He's a
the.
legend. Kevin
Yeah.
Nealon,
Weeds, and also Uncle Joey, love Joey Coco Diaz,
What?
been on his podcast. Yeah,
The guy who loves edibles,
he loves that.
that calls everyone a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Give me
Yeah.
1,000 milligrams. He
I
must
love
have
him.
to eat a lot of edibles now because everything's just 10 milligram servings. And I know he used to get the big dose edibles. It's so crazy with regulations now, how they just have a lock on everything. I visited a grow room the other day, and everything's marked. Everything has the fucking manifest. You have to track everything from
Seed to sale,
The stems are barcoded.
barcoded,
everything.
the whole plant.
everything.
Like, this is this, this is this, this is what this yield. It's just the rules are crazy now, and I feel like the quality of cannabis went from like, craft small rooms, like people used to just have 8 lighters and they just put so much love and passion into what they were growing, and you could tell. And now it's just kind of a mass produced product, and there's
Yeah, it's
certain
corporate.
brands
You
that
can
are
taste it.
It's corporate.
It's just not the same love and passion. It just became a industry.
Yeah, for real.
And
I
just
agree.
wait till it becomes till they reschedule it, and whatever it becomes. Hopefully it's not Schedule 2 because that's pharmaceutical, and then we're all fucked. But if they do this, Schedule 3, then you'll see a nationwide how many corporate brands are going to come in and just make the price of everything just bloop.
Hopefully. I don't know.
Hopefully, but the quality is gonna. I mean, it's gonna. I compare
There's
it
always
to
going to
wine
be
a lot.
an alternative market.
Yeah, there's always going to be the traditional market, but once it becomes easily available and it's quality, I don't think people are. It's more convenient to just go to the store than to just find a random pop up where you can get it.
Can you hear my ASMR?
Yeah, you eat. What are you eating?
Would you like a pretzel M&M?
What? I'll try one.
I agree.
But yeah.
I think it's definitely different now, and I don't really like it, but this is what they voted for. This is what we voted for.
Rachel Wolfson, Wolfie memes out here. Comic or chronic relief out now. Check it out on all platforms.
All platforms.
You got video of it too on the YouTubes?
I just started dropping YouTube. It's Year of the Content. I'm trying to get on your level, Adam Mill.
My level. I'm trying to get on your level.
I'm trying to be Adam Jill.
What? Hey, it's 2020. Year of the content. Year of collabs. Year of crossovers.
Yeah. Year of positivity. Year of Zelth. Shout out.
Zelf.
That's what Olivia Alexander said. So.
What's Zelf?
I don't know. Health, wealth, Zelth.
Zelf.
New levels. Positivity.
Damn, new words. We out here adding to the vocabulary. How you feeling over there, Lane?
I'm high as fuck.
You look high. You just
He's loaded. Shout out. Loaded.
Hey.
Shout out to speaking of Loaded, shout out to Loaded. You can get them in your stores. Also, shout out to LA Kush, and that LOG is another fresh drop. Check it out. We got the diamonds just got released too. We got the concentrates and the flowers. LA Kush in all your favorite shops, but most importantly at HQ, 5470 Valley Boulevard.
Can I tell people where to follow me on my Instagram?
Yeah, you could do all that. I was gonna get to it.
Oh, I thought you left me out.
No, come on.
I'm just high.
I'm all about sharing and getting it out there because I'm sure people watch me. They're like, who the fuck is this chick that you got on here, Adam? Like, what?
Adam Jill.
And then I'm letting them know the fucking fellow tribe members out here killing it. Had a little, had some obstacles in your life. I learned a lot. They prescribed you at a young age and you're like, by no choice, you're just like, eat this. And you're like, all right, fuck it.
Basically.
Do you still take any pills or you're just like, fucking cannabis is?
Came off of it when I was 24. All that stuff.
And then you're just
Just
daily
weed,
consumption.
exercise, positivity.
So what's their ats? What's your socials?
At Wolfie Comedy.
Hey,
At Wolfie Memes.
hey.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. But
It's
really,
Wolfie IE.
IE. But really, I'm on Instagram and Twitter the most.
I see you do a little. You take your tweets and then you repost them on Instagram, and I feel like those.
At Wolfie Memes, yeah. On Wolfie Comedy. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you feel about that? Don't you do that?
I mean, you inspire me. I go to my old Facebook post
Yeah,
and I'm like,
you
yo, I
should.
posted this back in 2012 and it's still relevant. Let's
I'm telling
run it.
you should honestly. Okay,
I
like.
fucked up with Twitter. I didn't use it. I started an account like
Well,
2009
don't
and
think
I never
about.
used it.
No. Get back on Twitter.
It's
one.
weird. I don't know. It's fucking. It's crazy.
It's not weird. But you should use Twitter as a
It is
tool.
crazy.
Okay.
And then you should repost your old content because you have so many different followers now who haven't seen that content. It'll still be new.
I just got to meme it now.
Yeah, just
I just got to put the little writing on it.
Only-
You do all that
only,
yourself? Is that your creativeness? You're just
I
like,
write every day. Twitter is the form that I use, one of the forms that
Like the
I use because
outlet?
it's short form. Because memes was a way that I got into stand up and into writing, and that also so there's different forms of it. There's writing, performing, doing the writing and the performing together, whatever. And so working all those different muscles. But yeah,
And you got to memorize all that shit? Damn.
but it's those are my thoughts,
So it's natural.
Yeah, I mean, you have the order and putting things and working a set. Yeah,
Now
you have to
vibe
work
with the
at
crowd. I'm taking notes because they got me hosting a comedy show in summer, and I'm like, yo, I've never done this shit. And he's like, you'll be good. You host shit. I'm like, I don't host
Well,
comedy
it's
shows.
different. It's
It's
different
different. I'll be up there
because you are a good host.
I know, and comedy is way different.
Well, you should go. Well, if you want to get more comfortable, start going to some open mics just to
Well, I feel like this is my open mic.
Just one.
What? Hi. I'm Adam. No, I'm just
Yeah. Just have fun. Just be yourself. You know.
Remember shit I've said and write it down. I don't write shit down. I just live life.
Yeah. Look at people in the eye. Try and connect.
Engage.
Yeah. Be in the moment.
Talk to them. Feel them.
Shit.
Yeah.
All right. I got it.
Feel it
I'm going to
out.
see that shit. At Wolfie Memes. At Wolfie Comedy.
Yeah.
At everywhere else. Comic Relief. That was a quick ass hour. I learned a lot.
Wow, that went by so fast.
Yeah, we're already there. I hear the music. That means Andrew's like, yo, bro, it's an hour, dog.
They're like, we have to air vacuum this out.
Yeah,
right
we smoke it. We keep it lit. We keep it lit.
Crew comes in.
But thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
I can't wait to see your stand up.
Hells yeah. I can't wait to hear about your show.
Where's the next time you're performing? You got a list?
I
Tour
just post
dates.
it on Instagram. I'm
Okay.
not like on that level yet of organization.
Go check her out. Watch her shows. I don't know when you're going to listen to this either. It's a podcast, so it might be 2 years from now. Who knows what the fuck you'll be doing.
By the time you guys edit it could be,
you're going to blow up this year, and they're going to you're going to type in your name in SEO. You'll show up on this podcast, and everyone will be watching that shit.
I want you to know, that's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Shout out to Layme at Top Tree, at Smoke in the building. I feel like I got 2 marketing meme legends out here, and it's great to be
Highly honored.
Appreciate all y'all for
Thank
tuning
you.
in wherever
Thank you,
you're
guys.
at. In your car or at home or in the grow room or wherever the fuck you watch us. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Hayes Radio. We out here. You already know the highest host. You know where to find me. Bye.